Yeah. And what we say, New York City.
Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy BattleTech back with another video. And I've been meaning to do this video for a long time because every time I take this device out into the public, or if I share a picture of anything in my house and this device happens to be in the picture, I always get asked like, what the hell is that? What is that? What is that? And the device I'm referring to is the Nvidia Shield Portable. This thing is, I say right now, this is the best handheld portable gaming system that nobody knows about. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go over the specs with you guys real quick, and just a little brief history with this bad boy. All right, real quick, it came out back in the summer of 2013, so almost 3 years ago. So it was, I think, originally $299, if I'm not mistaken. It was $299 when it first came out. It was based on Android Jelly Bean. It was rocking the Tegra 4 1.9 gigahertz quad core processor, 2 gigs of RAM. Comes with 16 gigs of internal storage, 5-inch 720p IPS LCD display. The video card that's in here, the Tegra, it's a 72, what is it, like 72 CUDA cores or something like that. So it's a pretty powerful mobile GPU. All the regular stuff, gyroscope, 2 trigger buttons, 2 bumpers. So you got the 4 buttons on the top. You got 2 analog sticks, just like you find on console controllers. 4 front-facing buttons, D-pad, and then you have your volume, back, home, and start button, all surrounding the glowing Nvidia button in the center. And right at the top of this bad boy, above the D-pad and the front face buttons, you'll find the 2 front-facing stereo speakers. And these things get really, really loud. I'm not going to be able to demonstrate that in this video, but just take my word for them that they're really loud. Moving right along, Wi-Fi in this thing is pretty awesome. It has a MIMO 2 gigahertz, 2.4 gigahertz, and 5 gigahertz band. What's this, 802.11n, because I don't think AC was a thing back then, but it's got Bluetooth 3.0, it's got a micro USB jack, it's got a mini HDMI port, which is what I'm using right now to record this video with my Elgato, and I think that's about it. The battery life on this thing, it surprised me. It's very, very long. I've sat up and watched movies and played games on this thing for a full day, and from 9 to 9, let's just say 9 in the morning to 9 p.m. you're going to be good gaming and just consuming media on this device. Now, when this thing first was announced and I heard that it was going to be based on the Android operating system, I gotta admit, I was very disappointed, because back then I was like the super Apple fanboy, and I had never really had any experience with the Android OS outside of like crappy little prepaid phones and little things like that. I've seen people with basically the phones that you get for free when you sign up for a contract, and I used to see people's phones crashing and freezing and blah blah blah. So I was just like, oh, Android is just super shitty. I don't want any parts of it. And then along came this device. I had to get over the Android part of it. And holy shit, man, this thing really opened my eyes. The Android OS is super powerful. It's so flexible. And when you pair that with some quality hardware like what Nvidia has packed into this thing, man, it's pure magic. Now, that's not to say everything with the Shield Portable is all gravy, but there are a couple of missing things that I think should have been in the Nvidia Shield Portable from the giddy up. And I think the biggest thing for me, the biggest thing is the lack of 4G connectivity. This thing should have 4G so that you could stream and do everything that you do at home on the road. I mean, it's nothing that, a hotspot can't solve, but it would have been nice to have that feature right in the device, similar to the way the PlayStation Vita had. All right. So, moving right along, we'll go ahead and take a look at some of the capabilities and some of the features that make this thing the best handheld that nobody knows about. It's crazy, because every time I pull this thing out of my bag or wherever I am, or take a picture and post it online, people look at it and they're like, what the hell is that? Is that like a Xbox or play? Nobody knows. It's funny. If it's not Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft, nobody knows anything. But you're gonna know a whole lot about Nvidia in these within this next year or so. Mark my words. But at any rate, this thing, by it being based on Android OS, you have access to all of the Android games, as well as the Nvidia curated selection that they have. And I mean, you'll be surprised at some, there are some indie titles, there are some AAA games that you'll find in here. And they perform pretty damn good, I might say. Man, I know Hotline Miami 2 isn't like the most demanding game, but it's great, it's playable, and it's pretty damn awesome. I'm not gonna open that up. I just want to give you an idea of what type of things you'll be playing on the Shield. And this is, like I say, this is just from the Android side, because there's a whole other side to this thing. There's GeForce Now, which is essentially well, this came before PlayStation Now, but PlayStation Now is a good way to explain it to people that don't know what I'm going to be talking about, and that's game streaming. So just like PlayStation Now, you pay a subscription and you get access to all of these different PC games, and they stream directly to the device, and you can stream up to 1080p, 60 frames a second. Pretty much all of these guys are like AAA, graphically demanding titles that you can play right here on the handheld. You can also purchase games here. Like for instance, if I were to buy The Witcher 3 from Nvidia, that would give me access to The Witcher 3 on the Shield, and they also give me a game key so that I can go into Steam and add Witcher 3. So it's essentially giving you 2 copies of the game for one price. So that's it is what it is. It's cool. I haven't bought anything like that, so it's not for me. So there's that. Let's see. Probably one of my most used features is the PC game stream. This is by far like one of the coolest things about the Shield. Whether I'm at home or on the road connected to Wi-Fi, all of my games and play them with no problem right here on the Nvidia Shield. Now granted, it's going to be downscaled to 720p, but it's going to be 720p, 60 frames, and pretty much my games all max out, typically. So I mean, that's just like a ton of games just to have at your fingertips on a portable device. I mean, you just can't get that anywhere else. I'm sorry. Not Nintendo. Microsoft definitely doesn't have a portable option. And Sony Vita, I mean, they just canceled support for that. So that lets you know where that thing is. But the Nvidia Shield Portable, as it's known now since they've come out with the tablet and the Shield TV, which I also have, and I'm going to be doing a video on that. They had to, specify which shield they were talking about, because at first this was the only Nvidia Shield for the longest until the tablet came out. All right. Let's see another feature while I'm talking about streaming games and things like that. Let's go ahead and exit out of there. This is pretty cool too. Let's see, if I go over to my Android games, I can actually stream my PlayStation 4 to this thing, whether I'm in the network or out of the network. Doesn't matter. I can pull up anything and play it. It's really a great thing, and Nvidia has managed to pull this off with relatively no latency. So I can, be in a doctor's office or a waiting room somewhere and just, decide to go ahead and finish up on some, Bloodborne or The Order or whatever I'm playing on the PS3. You better believe I'm going to be at work playing Uncharted 4 while I'm supposed to be working. Yeah, clean it up, dude. Clean that banister. Still haven't played this game much, but oh shit. Actually, let me go back in here and shut this down properly, because I don't want them just standing around. Okay, pause automatically, and then I hit this little button down here. I can bring up the share option buttons as well as the PlayStation button, and if I touch around the top of the screen, I get the whole little touch area that you find on the PS4 controller, so you don't miss out on any of those controls. This is the same PlayStation remote app that you would find on like Sony devices, but this guy Twisted, shout out to Twisted, he's a modder. He's actually working on getting it to work on Windows, which in my opinion that prompted Sony to quickly come out and officially support that feature. So shout out to Twisty for that. But yeah, as you can see, there is a lot of things that you can do with the Nvidia Shield. It's a regular device. I can use it as a computer. I can emulate like whatever, man. It doesn't matter. You know what? I'll take that back. They have yet to come out with a working Android emulator for PS2 and what was the other? The Dolphin emulator, which emulated was that GameCube and Wii games. But it's coming. That's the bottom line. It's coming. Let me go ahead and load up this young Dreamcast real quick. Alright, boom. Alright, maybe I can't do it right now because I've been playing around with my SD cards. And yeah, but at any rate, you can see it's completely doable. I will show you guys something in there just to show you that this does work. I'm not going to be able to do the Dreamcast right now. Actually, you know what? I know exactly what I can show you guys, especially with the announcement of Final Fantasy IX coming out on Steam. It's funny that they announced that because I had just started playing that game on my Shield because I missed it. This was like the one right before 10, obviously 9, 10, but I never got around to playing this game because I had, by that time I had already moved on from PlayStation to, other things. Probably was, a little preoccupied with my PC. But yeah, man, this thing, I can't say enough good things about the Nvidia Shield Portable. I mean, it's great. I can hook it up to a TV and kick back on the couch with a couple Bluetooth controllers of your choice. It can accept wired controllers. I can watch movies. Let me just pull something up for you guys. This thing is great, man. I challenge anybody to show me a handheld portable with this much flexibility that's on the market right now. And like I said, nobody heard of this thing. It's been out for it's been out for the longest time. So I just felt like I need to show you guys what the deal was with the Nvidia Shield. Since lots of people, I have old ladies asking me about this thing on the bus. She say, is that Xbox?" I'm like, "No, ma'am, this is the freaking Shield, man. This thing is dope." All right, I'm gonna stop this because that's a pretty good movie, and I don't want to get any strikes on my account for showing you guys a movie or whatever that's still in the theater. But yeah, preload this puppy with Cody. You're good to go. Let's see, is there anything else I can show you guys about this device? I'm sure it is, but in the interest of keeping this video relatively short, I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here. But yeah, man, I just want to share this with you guys, and just to put it out there. So if Nvidia finally get off their ass and announce the Nvidia Shield Portable 2, it should have a 1080p screen. It should have what are we up to? It's not the K1, X1. It should have an X1 processor. It should have 4G LTE. I don't really care about a camera or a bigger screen. This is fine. 5 inches. On paper, it's like, how in the hell are you supposed to game on a 5-inch 720p screen? I tell you, it's perfect. It's perfect. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here and dick around on this thing a little bit more, and get some gaming in. But as always, man, I appreciate you guys checking out my videos, and remember to like, share, and subscribe. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below, and I'll be sure to get back to you guys. And also check me out in the Less Trolling More Gaming Facebook group, where you can holler at your boy. But yeah, at any rate, man, I'll holler at y'all next time. Peace.